In this video, we're going to introduce the versions feature. Let's start with pulling up a mission that I recently did a video on. And if you've probably seen this. If you open up a mission and then you try to move something, you often get this message that says, continue editing the current version or create a new version. And I want to be clear what this does. If I click on current version, then it just keeps everything the same. It's just editing the same version that I had before, or just the main version. However, so if I go back to this mission and I move something again, and this time instead of saying current version, I say new version. You see down below it says started new version. Now I can click on view versions, and what it has here is the old version that I had before, and then it created a new version for what I'm starting to make changes to. So what this gives me the flexibility to do now is if I move things around, let's say I make some changes here, I move this guy, I move this guy, I do a couple things here, and let's even say I preview this. So I really just kind of mess this thing up in a lot of different ways. So now I run the preview on this. You know, it's not really what I like. If I go under the ellipse and I click on versions, well, there's the first version that I had, and this is the change. I can click on the three dots here and revert, and it'll say reverting this version will permanently delete all later versions. Are you sure you want to revert to this version? Revert, and bang, it brings me right back to the way it was before. So let's do this again. Let's modify, let's create a new version, and let's say that we make a few changes. Maybe we make this a shorter path and make this a shorter path, so it'd be kind of a shorter flyover. Let's close this, and let's say that I come back a few days later and I open up this mission, and I'm wondering, why did I do this? What was the difference between this and the previous version that I had? I can click on this, pull up versions, and I can see the old and the new version. I can click on my old version, and it'll pull this old version up, and I can look at it, and I can decide whether or not I want to revert back to that old version and keep the new one. Now, if I click on this, it doesn't currently allow me to revert back there. If I want to revert, I have to close this, go back to this, and then click on this, go to versions, and revert back like that. That will bring it back. The other thing that I can do is, let's say that I go back to this old version and I kind of liked that old version, but I want to keep the new version as well. I can take this, and this is discussed a little bit more in the collaboration section, but I can copy this and store this alternate version of the mission as its own version within the repo. So overall, versions is a powerful way to kind of keep track of things as you're marching along and experimenting with what you think looks best on the screen.